It is another thrilling episode of Buying Land, Building Houses, documenting the process for you to show you guys the step-by-step process of how we buy land, build houses, and generate six-figure profits doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 8, and today we are brown coating the house. It's actually a gray coat by color, but called by name a brown coat. And it's a 2-stage application stucco process. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what you do when you're stuccoing a house. You can do a 3-stage application or you can do a 2-stage application. The 3-stage application is what's called a scratch coat, which you probably seen it before, where it's scratched really ugly with lines coming down it. Then you do the brown coat over that, then the color coat over that. Now there's a curing time between each coat. So on this stage, we're doing just a 2-coat system where we put the wire, the waterproofing paper, and then we come in and we do the brown coat, which is actually the concrete coat, which is gray, as the base coat. And then later in one of the other videos, we will put the finished color coat to the actual stucco. But right now, we're water sealing and covering up first phase of the stucco process. We're doing square corners. We did recessed inset windows throughout the entire house. So we wanted to have straight edged corner beat with edge stops all the way around, so it leaves a nice, modern, clean look throughout the entire build. Now, here's one thing that you got to pay attention when you're talking about stucco, because this has been an issue in the past, and I'm going to go over 2 of them that you need to watch out for. This portion right here, guys, when you do your brown coat, there should be no cement on the corner edge of any of the metal. If the concrete covers this metal on the brown coat, when you get your color coat, if you go over that concrete on this corner, it will chip through expansion and contraction because the concrete has no elasticity to it, so it doesn't expand and contract well. Metal does have elasticity to it, so when it heats up, it expands. When it gets cold, it contracts. When it expands and contracts with cement over it that doesn't have any elasticity to it, it chips and flakes off. So hence, when you see a brown coat on the house, you should be able to run your finger over the entire edge of the metal and not have any cement there. If you get cement there, it will crack, it will fall off, and it will be a warranty callback item later in the future, or it'll just look awful after just a very short period of time. When you do the color coat, you can put the color right over that metal, almost see it, you will almost not even see it at all. It'll disappear, and it'll look cleaner without chipping, flaking, and it falling off. Now, hence, with the same exact issue being on what's called your weep screed, it's where water drains. So when rain comes on the covered patio areas, this is not an issue. But let me show you in the open and exposed areas, okay? When it's open to the elements, water at some point in time, rainwater, snow, and ice will hit this finished facade of the house. When it hits this facade, concrete, it is porous, so it will absorb moisture. The biggest thing is to let that moisture bleed. And when that moisture gets hit on days that we have residual rainwater and that moisture actually hits the stucco, it's going to bleed down between the water vapor barrier and the concrete coat, and it's going to go down. Where that water breathes is out of what's called a weep screed, which is right here. Now, ironically enough, time and time again, our stucco guys will stucco straight over the top of this metal weep screed, closing the entire void, defeating the purpose of the entire weep screed. This happens more often than you would think. This would seem to be normal practice to do it the way it looks here, where the concrete coat goes to the top of the edge stop. You leave this open so the moisture actually evaporates and bleeds out, and then you hit the brown coat on the bottom edge of this plaster stop and leave this metal exposed. When you do the color coat, this will disappear to you, and it looks a lot nicer, and hence the expansion and contraction of this weep screed will not allow the concrete to crack because you didn't go over the top of it. This has been a warranty issue for us for many, many years. And if you understand what these weep screeds do, and they bleed moisture, and you keep these available and you keep them breathing, that will save you callback items and warranty issues long term. Now, the vapor barrier and what it looks like, it's called your lath. This is your wire lath, okay? And this black jumbo text underneath here is your vapor barrier. This is like a tar paper. It doesn't allow the moisture to go in and penetrate the wood. We got a lath inspection to make sure that it's tight enough, it's nailed down correctly. We have our corner bead attached properly, so that way we make sure that this doesn't expand and contract too much. this is an inspection item that has to be looked at by the building inspector for certification. Now, when we do this, we have our vapor barrier. One thing that's super important when you're doing your stucco coat, or whether you're doing siding or any type of exterior facade, is how you waterproof your windows. One of the biggest issues, ladies and gentlemen, is that water will hit this window. When it hits this window, it'll go down, and there's, again, little bleeders right here on the window that you can see where actually moisture bleeds through. You want to make sure that those never get clogged by stucco or concrete either. And some of the water will migrate down. When it migrates through the frame, one of the things that you want to make sure doesn't happen is that the moisture that hits the windows doesn't go behind the vapor barrier and onto the wood, because it will create mold and it will create wood rot. And so to prevent that, you actually get the weatherproofing barrier, and you put that over that threshold where the water bleeds water, and then it goes over the top of your vapor barrier. So when the water comes down and bleeds behind the window, it hits the vapor barrier, goes over the top of this vapor barrier, which comes over the top of this vapor barrier. If it goes behind this paper, it will bleed behind this paper, and what's behind this paper is wood. So when it gets to the bottom end of this coverage, now wood gets exposed, and now you get mold and wood rot. To prevent that, you have to make sure that your wire lathers get this put on top of your vapor barrier, and behind it is more vapor barrier, so that the water bleeds in front of the vapor barrier and down the house into your weep screed and out, so that no moisture ever hits the wood. Super important, really important to inspect this as a builder, because at the end of the day, you are taking on the liability of the warranty issues if this is not done appropriately. So we go over this in this video because these are small things that you would expect your trade labor to catch and also the building inspector to catch. But in spite of them also knowing and catching this, I've seen it time and time again where both of them haven't caught it and haven't done it correctly, and it has come down my pipeline to be able to notice these type of items. And at the end of the day, this is your product, your warranty, and this is your pride and joy. You want to make sure you're protecting your liability and your assets by doing things correctly. Very important aspect of it. Now, with that said, let's go inside and let's see what's going on in the interior of this house. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are inside the finished house with a massive echo. In spite of the big echo, follow me here. We finished our insulation in our prior video. We got our insulation inspection. Once we got our insulation inspection, we were able to sheetrock the actual house. The sheetrock is this product right here. It's the sheetrock that covers up all your insulation and makes your house look trimmed out. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your tape and texture. This is what you call tape and bedding of the house. So when you first fit your sheetrock on, you'll see what's called your corner bead and your bullnose. And the bullnose are the round ones. The corner bead are the square ones. Now, on all your corners, edges, 90-degree angles, 45-degree angles, you'll have some type of corner bead or bullnose on the house. That all has to get bedded and smoothed out so the walls stay finished and smooth. Now, when you come in and you cover up all your nails, you're bedding and taping. You're taping the joints, and you're bedding over all of that tape and bedding over all of the nails with tape and with mud, okay? Now, when we do that, we need to put at least 2 coats and then a touch-up on to be able to bed and finish the drywall before we actually put on the texture. Now, in today's world, one of the big things that is going on with modern homes is they're doing what's called a smooth finish to your texture. Because we're in the Southwest, and because the house, in my opinion, looks much nicer with a texture on it as opposed to a smooth finish, it's a lot easier to maintain while you're going through construction. With a smooth finish, it has to be almost perfect. And so the drywall guys have to come back redundantly to smooth out and finish the finished facade of the house. With a texture finish, there's 2 things. In the Southwest, we're more rustic. So one thing that I love about areas like California that do a lot of Mediterranean, Spanish-style homes that have trended into the Tuscan style, and some of these, and some of the feel that's in the West Coast, the texture and the skip trowel is very popular. In the Southwest, because we have a little bit more rustic look to it, we can do a very modern build, but still keep a texture to our facade, and it actually helps clean up the finish of the actual drywall, and I actually think it's a lot more attractive. I love the skip trowel finish as opposed to like some of the smooth finishes, because it's also easier to maintain within your house. Now, let's take a look at what this house actually looks like now that we're finishing things up on the drywall, because now it actually looks like a house. We're walking through the master bedroom and walking into the master bathroom right now, and we are starting to finish off our shower pans. So as we're doing the drywall, we will come in and do what's called a dry pack on our shower pans. This is the base of your shower pans. If you're not using a slide-in shower pan, we like doing custom finished shower pans where we actually have tile on the base of our shower pans, and then we do a full walk-in, and we do an ADA compliant walk-in. This will all be glass. This will be gorgeous. I had an opportunity to put a wall here and just do a shower door, and I did that on the last house. It was okay. When I did this on a few homes that I did just a couple homes ago, and the finished trim out to the master bathroom looks crisp. It's beautiful, and it looks really, really sharp. And the reason that I chose to do that on this in particular house is because the state of the market with high interest rates, for about an extra $300 panel on this side and about a $200 panel on this side, for about an extra $600, I can add this very custom finished look for a very inexpensive price. And I'll tell you guys that these type of small added features sell homes in master bedrooms and kitchens when things are tighter and money is expensive, because people that have money are sophisticated when they're buying homes at this state of the market right now. So to give them just a little extra for not too much more is a game changer when it's competing with other homes in the same asset class and pricing in the market. This will sell homes, and this will look beautiful. Now, dry packs in, tile will start next week. We have about 4 days left before we can actually get paint on these walls and tile on these floors. We have to come in right now, finish up the texture, which they got halfway done with today, and they'll finish the rest of the texture tomorrow. Then on Friday, it'll be a walkthrough touch-up day. And then on Monday, Friday, the doors will get dropped. All door jambs go in on Monday. All closets go in on Monday. So if you come into the master bedroom closet right here, they're massive. We put this area right here in for a dresser. You can put a dresser and a chest right here, and you don't even have to clutter your master bedroom with these. We have plenty of hanging space, a big giant master bedroom walk-in closet for his and hers. And when we come in here, we take all the chest out in here. We will have wraparound chests, shoe racks, all of this go in before we actually paint the house. And the reason we'll do our closets is because we do custom wood closets. Real simple, particle wood. They're not getting wet or weathered. They'll be caulked on Monday after all the closets go in and all the door jambs go in. The painters will come in. They'll caulk and bed all of the wood components. They'll putty all of the wood and nails. And then on Tuesday, they'll come in and they'll spray the entire house. They'll stain the wood. And then by Wednesday, we're coming in and we're starting to drop floors on the rooms that are fully finished painting. And then the painters will come in over the course of the next couple days, finish out the paint job, and the flooring guys will start where the painters started, and they'll work their way to the back side of the house where the painters finish. And so we will work multiple trades together to keep the process flowy without stepping on anybody's toes, but staying in sequential order with the trades as they do so. Now, one of the things I love most about our floor plans is that we walk through the master bedroom, from the kitchen into the master bedroom, into the master bathroom, into the walk-in closet, straight out of the master bedroom closet, into the laundry room. Ladies and gentlemen, these are what you call wraparound floor plans. They have sold our homes for years and years and years. Wide open floor plans, taller ceiling, and a wraparound floor plan that makes the house convenient from any place in the house. So we have a laundry room that you don't even have to leave your master bedroom to drop your laundry. You can walk out and into your garage right out of your master bedroom without having to even go into the main part of the house. You can walk in from the garage on this part right here and walk into the master bedroom, drop your laundry, change, and then go out into the kitchen and start your day. Now, what's cool about that is that you may have company, and you may not want to have them have to access through your room to get into the laundry room. So your guests or your children can walk from their bedrooms on the other side of the house and walk this way into the laundry room, drop their laundry. You can lock your door, and you don't even have to be interrupted by anybody else that's living in the house. Now, here's what's also cool. We have our garage right here. You walk in from the garage with your groceries. You come into your house, and you walk into your butler's pantry. The garage is all about a 10-foot walk from the garage door to the butler's pantry. You walk in. We're going to have countertops in here. These countertops will go all the way around this entire room, and we'll have a refrigerator on the back corner behind the camera. Now that refrigerator is a secondary refrigerator for drinks and meat storage or whatever you're going to do in excess of your regular refrigerator. Here's what I love most about our butler's pantries is that the countertops serve to be able to put appliances on. So your mixers, your microwaves, all of the stuff that you don't want, your coffee machines, all of the stuff that you don't want on the countertops in your kitchen to keep your kitchen looking extremely clean to company and everybody else. You can walk right into your butler's pantry from your kitchen. You can walk from your garage, drop your groceries on the counter here in your butler's pantry, and then walk into your kitchen. And you don't have to walk all the way around to your kitchen and then into your pantry. It makes it extremely convenient. Now, these are methodical. All these plugs, ladies and gentlemen, every single one of these plugs is methodical. Why? Because you're going to maybe put a microwave here. You're going to maybe put a coffee machine here. You're going to put maybe a mixer here. You're going to put maybe an Instapot here, a rapid cooker, whatever it is. You have the ability to have plugs and switches around the entire facade of the house, of the butler's pantry, to be able to trim it out for your convenience and the convenience of your wife, your spouse, or whoever the person is that's cooking. And then we walk right in to our kitchen. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a big giant island here with bar stools that go on the back side of the island, big giant countertop. We're going to have our refrigerator, our cooktop. We wire them for 220 for ovens and for gas both, so that people have options. And then look at how massive these ceilings are in here. We had a little added touch with some of the wood beams that you now get to see now that we do the drywall. We will finish and stain these to look absolutely gorgeous. We have one beam going into the master bedroom. We have one coming in at the entrance here, and a beam on each side going into the hallways. So it just adds that extra added touch to the finished trim of the house. It just adds a little bonus. Now, typically, we were doing wood beams across the family room because that modern feel is now in style. We're actually doing drop-down ceilings that have a finished facade to be able to give it a different look and a more modern feel. Because our ceilings are 14 feet tall in the kitchen and in the family rooms, we're able to take advantage of that height by being able to drop the ceilings down a few inches and add an architectural component that looks attractive. Now, the fireplace will look really nice. We're going to do an electric fireplace in here with a wood facade, extremely attractive, a real nice finish to this lower end with our flat screen television area up here. This will all be natural stone going all the way up this fireplace and wrapped around. We'll have a giant bookshelf in here, and we'll actually have a nice finished bookshelf and cabinet right in here. And so this will add for a nice family room, kitchen, dining room, all in this one area. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the house is trimmed out. These are the guest bedrooms and bathrooms. The same type of shower pan that went in on this other side is going in down here. This is the finished texture to the house. And you'll be able to see the finished facade once we get some paint on this wall. But this is actually the texture that's going in. We have two bathrooms back here. We have this one that's our guest bathroom. And then we have what's called a mini master bedroom back here that actually has a nice walk-in closet and a nice, awesome bathroom. This would be your mini master bedroom for guests or for your husband or wife if you want to kick them out of the master bedroom and you have them sleep someplace else, all right? So this will come in. You have a nice walk-in shower pan, big glass doors. You have a nice walk-in closet. And this serves for a great finish to a secondary bedroom and bathroom. I love these. Now, this is what you call waterboard. We always go all the way to the roof line with our waterboard, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason we do this is because we tile our showers all the way to the roof. And a lot of times people will just go 8 feet tall with regular, with waterboard. And then from 8 feet and above, they actually just go with regular sheetrock because we just don't want the moisture in the walls. We actually come in and we just go all the way to the ceiling height with waterproof waterboard. Makes for a better finish, better product on your tile, better product all the way around. Now, one thing that I do want to point out that you could save money on your windows is a lot of times these windows were always awning windows in the architectural designs. Because it's required by code now to have a ceiling fan and air ventilation in the actual bathrooms, you no longer have to have a mobile window in your bathrooms by code. You either have to have a mobile window or an exhaust fan. Because there's an exhaust fan by code in every single bathroom, we do a fixed glass window that saves us about $100 instead of doing a mobile window. And if you do that on 3 different windows in 3 different bathrooms, you're saving about $300 to $500 or more, depending on the type of window that you're actually putting in. on just that one small component in the entire window package. Ladies and gentlemen, we're buying land and building houses. If you want to see more content just like this, and you want to be notified when we release a new video of the step-by-step process of buying land and building houses, then click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You love the content? Pound that thumbs up button. I'm going to recommend video number 1 on buying land and building houses, starting from the beginning and watching the entire process of getting permits, turning dirt, and going vertical with a new build, all the way to video number 8. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm also going to recommend our 2022 video where we documented the process. Watch both series because I go over different components at different times on whatever's happening on our builds. And to learn more, watch more. The more that goes in here, the more money is going to go in here. Ladies and gentlemen, buy land, build houses for 6-figure profits, and continue compounding your success.